Hello, everybody. How are you? This is Tom McCaffrey. Good to see you. Before I start, please like this video and please subscribe to my channel here. And also, I think it's down here. I'm not good at finding things. Yeah, that should do it. And also, if you want to hear more of these longer episodes, please subscribe to my podcast, LE2B, Last Exit of Brooklyn. It's on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all that crap. And we have a Patreon for bonus episodes with a lot of great comedians. All right. So I know this Johnny Depp Amber Heard thing has wound down, and I'm kind of suffering a little bit of withdrawal, getting used to it not being around anymore. I think she like overdid it. It's one of those things where like when you're like overcompensating, it just becomes so incredulous. You're not credible when you're just like when you're just presenting yourself as this person who just never did anything. Like she kind of when she was on the stand acted like she was like this innocent deer in headlights who just had never done anything ever in her life, and was just such this innocent who fell victim to this insane abusive man who was drunk all the time. I mean, I don't know. I'm sure he did get violent and do it. And I mean, I don't know. I feel like what she should have focused on, like, yeah, there were a few times where he hit me. He didn't do it a lot, but he did do it a few times. But she just went too far. It was literally, her testimony was like, and then I remember, like, on our wedding day, like right before we were gonna get married, he came into my room and then drop kicked me in the face, and then and then shot my mom. It's like, he shot your mom? Yeah, he was really drunk and he shot my mom. And then they're like, here's a picture of your mom right after that, and there's no bullet wounds. Yeah, well, she's wearing makeup. She put makeup over a bullet wound right after he shot her. And then right after we got married, we went into another room, and then he punched me in the face for 3 hours. And then we got on the plane, and then he held me down with his knee. And I'm like, did you guys ever have a moment of just you not getting punched in the face? It's just like, yeah, every day he punched me in the face. And I loved this man so much. I loved him. Like, why did you love it? He just punches you in the face all the time. And it didn't even sound like it ramped up to that. It just was like, I'll never forget the time I met him. I saw him on set. We were doing a film together. We'd never met. And then he walked over and just punched me in the throat. It's like, and I was like, oh God, there's something about this guy. And I love him so much. I loved him. It was great. When you said he punched you in the face every day, that's right, every day. And did you ever do anything? No, I never did anything ever. I was perfect. All I did was I just gave him money, and I just made food for him every day and made the bed, and then I would wake up and I would blow him, and then he punched me in the face, and then leave. Oh, okay. So, do you have any proof of this? Yeah, here's a picture of me where I have sort of a bruise on my side. This was after he punched you in the face for 9 years straight with rings on his fingers. Yeah. Oh, okay, cool. So that I think that was the problem. She just went overboard with, and I guess that that's the thing with a lot of these things. You never know how the jury is reacting, but I guess the jury just hated her and just thought she was really annoying. I think they must have just really liked him. I think that's probably why he won here and not in the UK, because I think in the UK they're able to separate things more. I feel like here the celebrity culture is just so different. It's like people are just so starstruck, and I think this literally just boiled down to like one person had a bigger public persona that was likable, that was more, they were more in the public eye, more of an icon than the other one. Like Amber Heard was just kind of like, yeah, she was in Aquaman, yeah, all right. Like I saw Aquaman. I'm not into those I mean, I see those superhero movies, even though I do think they're all the same movie, all of them. And I think Aquaman was like a kind of a worse one. And I don't remember her in it at all. I mean, I remember she was in it. And I guess she's in the second one, but I guarantee you they're gonna. I mean, they have to cut her out. Who wants to fucking see this chick in the? You know, everyone hates her so much. I bet you people like. I feel like people wouldn't see Aquaman 2 because of her. Even though I don't know that anyone's like clamoring for Aquaman 2 at this point. Um, I think what Johnny Depp and Amber Heard should do now is they should do like a romantic comedy together. I think that would do huge. Can you believe the business that would do? Amber Heard and Johnny Depp doing like, you know, one of those stupid romantic, you know, wasn't there some stupid one out now with like Sandra Bullock and Channing Tatum where they're like lost in the fucking in the forest or something, in the rainforest? You know, they're like, oh, you know, those romantic comedies where it's like they hate each other and then they get stuck in a horrible situation together and then I guess they love each other. That's how things work. Yeah. You hate someone, but then when you're put in a horrible situation with them, you love them. You know, I hated you, but then when we were in the rainforest together for a week, I realized I love you. That's what they should do. It'll be like their plane crashes and they're in the woods. Either they hate each other, maybe they've just they've had to share a plane after their trial, their defamation trial, and then the plane crashes and they have to survive. And then they make up and realize they really love each other after being attacked by polar bears and tigers. I realize I do. That would be awesome if they did a movie together now. But because I bet you the chemistry would be great between them. Because usually what happens when these couples make movies together, they're usually terrible because they're really into each other. So the chemistry is like shit on screen. But because you always hear that when like a movie that's really good and there's like a lot of the performances are good and they there's a lot of chemistry on screen, you always hear they hated each other. So imagine the chemistry between these two. Geez, man, it'd be fucking on fire. They should fucking do that. I'm serious. They won't do it, but man, that would be so. I would love to see that. So anyway, and then real quick, now Amber Heard's lawyer, the chick Elaine something. Now she's doing the rounds. She was like on Good Morning America, I think the Today Show. She's doing the rounds, and I guess she's getting ready they're going to appeal this. It's just like, just fucking move on. First of all, I guarantee you, John, like that, her lawyer was like, is basically saying publicly she doesn't have the money, she can't pay, and it's like, you know what? I guarantee you, Johnny Depp doesn't give a shit about the money. He's not. They're not going to like hold you to the money. Maybe you'll have to pay some of it, but the whole point of this was for Johnny Depp to get his career back. And it's like with Amber Heard, it's just like she should have just, this was such a bad idea on her part. It's like, I don't know, I was almost like willing to believe her a little bit because at the beginning, because there isn't all this stuff of him being drunk and like breaking things all the time and being really violent. So I was like, yeah, maybe he like hit her a couple of times, I could see that. But then, like I said, the problem is, instead of her being like, yeah, he lost his temper a few times and, he lost control when he was in these drunken rages and hit me a couple of times. It's like, every time I saw him, he punched me in the face every single time. Like when we were doing the movie together, like as soon as they said cut, he did a roundhouse kick to my face. Yeah. So, yeah, it was just too much. And like, with her, it's just, I guess she had now she's in the predicament where now her career is over and she has to do something to get. I mean, if she was smart, I mean, why didn't she marry that Elon Musk guy? She just has to marry some rich guy. That's what she has to do. She's got to do that quick. She'll be able to find. I mean, how easy it would be for that chick to just find some billionaire guy who's a total like schlub who'll just be like, oh my God, Amber Heard is into me. Oh. I couldn't even being mad. How did Johnny Depp not see that coming? She must have been a nightmare from day one. But I guess he's drunk and on drugs all the time, so maybe he couldn't tell. But I don't know. I guarantee you, someone who's that much of a nightmare, like you can see that early on. And Johnny Depp wasn't a young guy. Johnny Depp had been around the block, so it's like, how did he not see this? Like, oh, she turned out to be really like unstable and a liar and a bitch. Oh, and she was really annoying. And it's like a crazy maker. There's some women that are like, I think that is a real term, crazy maker, where they're just like everything is a problem. I've dated women like that, right? Everything's a problem. Every day there's just a brand new problem. Like, you didn't do this, you didn't do that. Oh, I don't like that you did that. Oh, you didn't do that. I didn't like when you looked at that, when you looked over there. I didn't like when you wore those pants. So yeah, so her lawyer, I think, is trying to do damage control, but not doing, the lawyer who, it's funny, it's interesting to listen to the lawyer talk, because I couldn't really hear her during the trial because they were objecting to everything she said, literally everything she said. I mean, and I didn't realize this, but I guess Amber Heard's lawyers were really bad. I guess they just, maybe they were, I don't know where she found them. She must not have had a lot of money. I don't know, but I feel like she didn't even have to pay. I don't think. I think someone was covering her legal expenses, but they were just so outmatched. Like, Johnny Depp's lawyers were so great, and now that one chick's like a star. It's funny, everyone hates Amber Heard now. Now, like, Camila Vasquez is like a fucking rock star. Like, she should be doing. They should put her in fucking Aquaman too. I guess there has been, like, there's like petitions to get Amber Heard out of Aquaman too. Imagine, like, people hating you that much that, like, millions of people were signing petitions for you to get fired from your job. Like, imagine if you were just like working somewhere, and then they're like, yeah, we have to fire you from Staples. Why? There's just like 5 million people, it's trending on Twitter that they hate you so much that you shouldn't work here anymore. Really? Well, why don't they want me to work here anymore? Just something like you shit on Johnny Depp's bed or something? Oh, no, no. How is she ever going to get around? Like, she's never going to move on from that. How must that feel to just be known? Because I mean, I like I said, I barely knew her in the public eye. Now she's just, I can't get the vision out of my head of her taking a crap on a bed. How is she going to go on and like be, accepted and, in other parts? Like, that's got to be hard for an actor. You have such a strong negative perception of them in your head. It's kind of like what is she going to go play? Like fucking Lady Macbeth now? It's like, Amber Heard is Lady Macbeth. I'd be like, yeah, no, all I see is you shitting on the bed. You're not Lady Macbeth. You're the chick who shit on Johnny Depp's bed, and who wouldn't stop looking at the jury. So she's going on her lawyer's just going on interviews, and she's like, "This is bullshit. They wouldn't. Yeah, there was a lot of evidence they didn't let me bring in. Like first of all, he won the case in the UK, and it's like, yeah, well, that's different. I'm sure they have different. I don't really know, but I don't know. First of all, the burden of proof here, I think, it's not as high in a civil case, defamation case, and these things, they go, they try to read juries and what they're thinking, what they're going to think, and I think it just comes down to, a lot of these times, it just comes down to like, I don't like them. I don't like her. I like him. I liked his movie. He was in a movie. I like that movie. I literally feel like it's just that simple. They're like, and then he punched me every day. I don't know. I liked his movie. What movie were you in? And I didn't see that. Yeah, well, you're probably lying because you're not in movies as much. That's literally what it is. And they're not going to admit it, the jurors. Well, I weighed all the evidence and I thought, that, she was not very credible and he was more credible. And, I don't think he abused her. We listened to the audio of him calling her a cunt and throwing things around the room. And that sounded very stable and reasonable. They can't be honest. Yeah, I don't know. Pirates of the Caribbean. My kid really liked it. I liked it. I think Johnny Depp's cool. I like 21 Jump Street. I don't really know who she is. Didn't she shit on someone's bed or something? No, she didn't. I don't know. I feel like she might have. That's gross. And the other thing is, like, the shitting on the bed. First of all, I love how the relationship just kept going after that. You kept going after the shitting on the bed thing. Like, I would have been out at that point. That's kind of your point, that it's kind of on you, Johnny Depp, at that point. If someone shits on your bed, you should just be like, you know what, this isn't working out. I think we need to get divorced. Yeah. Why? What's the problem? You shit on the bed. That's really gross. That's where I sleep. But I mean, someone who's that crazy and that unstable, and that irrational. They don't go from, I guarantee she wasn't just being cool one day and the next day there was a dump on the bed. You know, there was kind of like, I guarantee you, like it probably started out smaller. Like she probably pissed on the bed, you know, in the first week. She was probably like played it cool for a little bit. All right, I gotta end this. I gotta go. Please subscribe and like this video, and I'll have more coming. And like I said, listen to my podcast, LE2B, and I'll see you next time.